After some time, Leibniz published his first account of differential calculus in 1684 and then published an explanation of integral calculus in 1686. A year later, Newton finally published his findings, producing the Philosophia Naturalis Principia Mathematica. However, since Leibniz has published first, it was Leibniz, not Newton, who got sole credit for his amazing field of mathematics, although both men's calculus work had problems. Newton's calculus lacks a standard notation and heavily relied on geometric proofs of infinitesimals. Ironically, both of them based their work on infinitesimals concept. Infinitesimals were quantities that were not zero, yet smaller and absolute value than any value. They were necessary as the concept of limit had yet discovered. Unfortunately, infinitesimals were shaky and unphilosophical, and many refused to accept the calculus based on this infirm idea. Isaac Newton was determined to prove that he was the sole inventor of calculus and tried to prove that Leibniz had plagiarized its work. Nearing the end of Leibniz's life, he had gradually lost control to arguing, and Newton became known as the father of calculus. In the year 1750, the Royal Society officially claimed Sir Isaac Newton as the sole discoverer of calculus. Leibniz died only a year later, having lost much of his credibility. Even after his death, Newton and the Royal Society worked to discredit Leibniz. They claimed that Leibniz's different notation were just treachery, despite the fact that it was more efficient than Newton's dot notation. However, mathematics in the rest of Europe continued from where Leibniz had left off. Newton's fluxional calculus was discarded in favor of Leibniz's method, which was more efficient and applicable. However, as a matter of national pride, England refused to use Leibniz's method, sticking to Newton's outdated method of fluxion. As a result, while the mathematics of Europe continues to advance, British mathematics languished. It was only until 1820 that Britons finally recognized the work of Leibniz. After carefully analysis of both Newton and Leibniz's paper, most historians have come to the conclusion that both Newton and Leibniz invented calculus independently. Regardless, as we have seen, calculus wasn't invented overnight. It is a branch of mathematics that had multiple roots from thousands of years ago, and it continues to power newer fields like machine learning and AI.